First, I'd like to open up and just say we're thinking about obviously our U.S. troops that were affected by the missile attack, them and their families. Before we get started here, obviously that stuff's a lot more important than basketball. In terms of the game, I thought that offensively we were really good for both halves. 11 turnovers was excellent. I thought the ball really moved. I thought our shot selection was terrific. I thought we executed really well our game plan for the bulk of those 40 minutes. Defensively, we came out strong to start the game. I thought the first 4 or 5 minutes we really set the tone. And then I thought in the second half that we were, awful on that end of the floor. Three things happened. One, Michael Flowers was terrific, so let's give him his due. I mean, he made some amazing shots. He's really a talented offensive player. So kudos to him. And then number two, we had tactical errors. And then number three, I just didn't think our effort and toughness were where it needed to be. It reminded me a little bit of the UMass game or parts of the UMass game where we think we can trade baskets with teams and win in this league. We got away with it tonight because we shot it so well and took care of it, and were able to force some turnovers. But, I told him, I said, we defend like we did in the second half tonight. I mean, we'll get ran out of here on Friday night, so we got to make sure that we shore that up and get back to being who we are. We are a defensive team first, and, second half just unacceptable.
Sorry, George.
I'm glad I'm in the middle right now.
Just some thoughts. What is it about this team at the start, Jordan? I mean, especially at home, you get off to such a quick start, and then it seems like the game. Are you worried that they're going to fumble the basketball, gamble with the basketball with such a big lead at the start?
Well, I think two things. Number one, give our guys credit. I mean, they've really got great poise. Mm-hmm. We've been in situations where whether it's, down 15, 16 like we were at Louisville and West Virginia and fought back to have a chance at the end. And, we've been down against Liberty and fought back in that one. And, against UMass, we had a 17-point lead and got outscored 21 points. And now all of a sudden we're down 52-48 and we find a way to win. And today the game gets to 7 and guys step up and make some plays. So that's a good trait to have, is that poise. And our huddles have been amazing when we got hit in the mouth, and you always get hit in the mouth, life and ball, I tell them. It's on how you respond. Our response has been terrific. Now, having said that, my biggest concern is that I think when those things have happened that you're talking about, those lapses have been on the defensive end. And, I always tell them defense travels, home, away, neutral. You better defend in this league. Right. The other day we did for 40 minutes in Ypsilanti. Today, unfortunately, I thought we did it for 20, but, we got away with it because I thought our offense was pretty good.
The game that Cheese and Jackson had. Where did you see that coming from? In this particular night, because I don't think I don't remember seeing that at all last year.
Yeah. They're both very, very talented offensive players, obviously, and it just depends on the game, George. To be honest with you, we got 4 or 5 guys that have the capability of. And I think we've had at least 4 that have actually scored 20 or more points in a game already this year, and we're not even at the halfway point. Banks, Cheese, Williams, Jackson. Some other guys that are getting acclimated, a couple guys may even have that potential and that ability to be able to do that. So we're just really well-rounded offensively. Tonight happened to be their night. 1 week, I told them this, and it was really neat. The guys celebrated when X and Jackson were MAC East players of the week, different weeks, in the locker room, and immediately started clapping for them. That's really a cool thing, that you got a bunch of guys in a locker room that are happy for their teammates when they experience success to that level. And we've got some good morale in our locker room right now and some good leadership, and we're really connected. But and that's great, and those things really mean a lot. But now that we have those things, if we really want to overachieve, we've got to be a lot more consistent defensively and understand that it starts there first.
At one point, Western was shooting 80% from the floor in the second half. Is that more due to just to clarify, lack of lack of defense or deficient defense or?
I think it was three.
just-
Yeah, I think it was 3 parts. Give them credit first of all. Flowers was unbelievable in the second
Was.
half. I mean, he only took 4 shots the first half and had, a handful of points. So he had most of those 30, Evan and George, in the second half. I mean, he was unreal, some of the shots he made. Give him credit. He's a big-time offensive player. And then they imposed their will around the rim. The ones those I'll swallow. That's just a big-time player, offensive player making big-time plays. The ones that drove me crazy when they got 3 or 4 straight layups, George. I mean, those are point blankers. We got to take more pride than that. And I think because we were scoring at the other end, I had that feeling during the game that we were accepting that, and I can't stand that. And obviously we got to get that cleaned up the next couple days.
You reeled off 3 consecutive threes. He comes back with 3 consecutive and a layup. So were you just both feeling it or what?
I think we were just feeding off of each other. So he seen that we needed a boost. I seen that we needed a boost. So we just fed off each other and got each other open, and we just made plays at the end.
Yeah, we just fed off each other. That's all it was.
Is there a concerted effort this year? You seem to be playing with a sense of urgency in the first half. Now, I wasn't around, but I watched Eastern Michigan, for instance, and you had an 18-point lead at halftime there, 14 points here. Is that the goal, just to punch people in the mouth right away and go from there?
I think so, but I think that also goes with us being connected as a team and as just trying to go 1-0 every day. So we just try to come out, and start the game off right, and just help our guys, because we have a lot of young guys coming off the bench as well. So if we start the game off right, that gives them confidence to come in and just be ready to play. So I think that's all our main focus is, just going 1-0, just trying to win each 4-minute war any way we can.
You're gonna do that all day?
Nah, he said what I was gonna say. He said what I was gonna say. I feel like we're more connected as a team this year, and that has a lot to do with not just us, but our our young people, because they do so much for us. So that's what I think it is, the connections.
Does this have anything to do with that leadership council? How much
No.
does that help at all?
I just actually think we like each other, and we're really connected as a group.
And in a way, I think it kind of does, because we're able to voice our opinion. So we feel like we have a voice. We can talk to coach, and coach tries to incorporate it into what we're doing on a daily basis. So I think it does help with the continuity and knowing the players know what the coach wants, and we can relate to the rest of our teammates.
Either of you guys ever seen a team hit 80% at any over a stretch like they did in the second half?
Nah,
What
but
was going on out there defensively? Was it just them dropping shots, or was there a problem in defensively?
I mean, a couple of them was them just making tough shots, but then a couple of them was just us. We gotta get better. We gotta go and watch the film and see where we can get better at. I know a few times I helped in. We had a couple guys that helped in on corner threes, which in our transition defense wasn't as good as we needed to be. So we just have to go in tomorrow and figure out how we're gonna get better in doing that.
We got Coach Hawk out there, guys, if you guys want to.
I need Steve, yeah.
Speaking of the defense, George sort of mentioned, first half you guys sort of came out punching them in the mouth. It seemed like a lot of that started on the defensive end. Just how much more freely are you guys able to play on the offensive end when your defense is doing its job? I know you guys pride yourself on the defensive end too. So
I think when we're playing defense, coach really just let us go out and play offense. He really just give us the freedom to go play and then just play off each other. And I think it helps us, because we're not structured. We play better just playing and not just calling the play every time.
And our defense lets us get out and run, and that leads to easy baskets, and that gets guys in the rhythm during the game. So now threes are not as hard, because we just got a guy got a layup, or a guy got an easy basket to the free throw line or something like that. So we try to feed off our defense to try to make our offense a lot better.